Hello and welcome back to AprilMayCodes. I'm your host, April May, and in today's video, I'll be doing some debugging. If you watched my last video, you'll know that when we harvest the crops, it adds the crops to the inventory, but it also adds more seeds to the inventory, which may be useful for certain types of crops, but it's certainly not what I want for every single crop in the game. And I think I've found the issue. In my game.py file, in player add, I have this else statement, but it's not really connected to an if statement anywhere. I just have a for loop. I think what I want to do is take out the else statement and unindent the self.player.inventory.add line. And then right here, we'll add break. So what this will do is if it will go through each slot in the inventory, if there's an item in the slot, if that item dot name is equal to the item, and then we want to add, let me copy this line of code, and that item dot item type is equal to the type that we passed into the function. So if the name is the same and the type is the same, then we'll do plus equals amount, and then we'll break. So that's the case if the item's already in the inventory. If it's not, then we won't do any of this code, and we'll do self.player.inventory.add the item. And I added this check for if the item type is the same so that it doesn't add it to the seeds, because the name for the seeds is just strawberry or carrot or whatever instead of strawberry seed, which is useful for planting things so we know what type of plant to create, but it causes a problem when we add things to the inventory. And I found another bug where when we take things out of the inventory, we're running into that same issue. So like if I harvest a carrot, I've got a carrot in my inventory, but then if I use a carrot seed, it gets rid of the carrot that's in my inventory. So when in player.py, when we use seed, when we check, let's see, if we plant a seed, if it's in the hotbar, okay, that's fine. But then we go through the inventory. We're going to check if the item.name is the seed item.name, and if the item dot type. So we're going to copy this, and we'll say and seed item, no, and self.inventory slots inventory string I item dot item type is equal to seeds. So if the name is the same as the seed item and the type is seeds, then we'll do the amount minus equals 1, and if the amount is none, we'll set the item to none. Okay, so that's a fix for a couple bugs that I found. I've got another bug where when you start the game, if you go in the farmhouse and then you exit the farmhouse but you run into the wall, it will take you back to the load screen. And I don't know why it's doing that. It's just when you run into the wall, everything else seems to work just fine, but you run into the wall and then you're back on the home screen. So I've got to fix that eventually. Let's plant some seeds and see what happens. Let's actually do 2 of the carrots. Oops, gotta get used to my controls. I might end up changing them. They're not very intuitive. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do is add it to the hotbar if it's in the hotbar, so I'll need to fix that in a moment here, but let's make sure everything else works. That should be enough. We'll harvest our strawberry. We should have 2. Perfect. We should have 1. Perfect. And 1. Nope. That is not what's supposed to happen. It did add a carrot, but it also, you know what? It's not breaking. It didn't break out of the loop. Oh, it did break out of the loop. Huh. So it breaks out of the loop, but then it does this line anyway. How can I prevent that? I guess I could put this in an else statement and only do it if, let's see, if the name is the same and the type is the same, then we'll do this and we'll break out of the for loop. But that will break out of the for loop. So what if we don't break out of the for loop? We just add the else statement. Okay. So if it's in the inventory, we'll increase the amount. Otherwise, we'll add it to the inventory. Let's see if that works. We'll plant 3 things here. And I still didn't add the code for the hotbar. But we'll get there eventually. I should increase the rain chance to be 100%, so I only have to wait like 6 days instead of a random number of days. That should be enough. All right, we'll harvest a carrot. And we have 2. Why do we have 2? Now we're going to have 4. Nope, we have 3 and 2. And if we harvest strawberries, wow, that's not what's supposed to happen. Okay, so I don't want this there. I want this out here. But I only want to do this if we don't do this. So should it be there? And then we'll break here if we get to that line. Otherwise, let's try that. And I forgot to increase the rain chance to 100. That's okay though. That should be enough. We have 2 carrots instead of 1, 6 strawberries, and a new carrot. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What if I just do inventory.add and then in the inventory add we check if it's already in the inventory? I don't know. I'm gonna come back to it later. All right, and I am back after a couple days of not looking at this code because I broke my laptop charger. So I've been working on a different project. So hopefully coming back to it with a fresh set of eyes will help. I think I have an idea. What I'm going to do is add a variable in player add called already added. We'll set it to false. And then for I in range at 128, we'll go through each slot in the inventory. If the item is the same as the item we're adding and the item type is the same as the item we're adding, then we'll just do plus equals amount. And instead of breaking, we'll set already added equal to true. Then we'll do if not already added, then we'll do self.player.inventory.add. So if we add it, already added is true. And then if already added is not true, which means we didn't add it, then we'll do inventory.add and add the inventory item. I think that that will work. I hope that that will work because I'm not really sure what else I'm doing wrong. So let's see. We'll plant 2 of each thing. Let's see. We'll do, come on. And then we'll do carrots. And I forgot to increase the rain chance again. I will do that after this day if this doesn't work. All right, let's see if that's enough. Looks like it. We should have 1 carrot. Good. 2 carrots. Perfect. Now we should have 2 strawberries. Good. And 4 strawberries. All right, we did it. Now I think I had an issue adding it to the hotbar. Let's plant another. Well, I guess I'll do strawberries. It's just already in the hotbar. Plant another strawberry. Add the strawberries to the hotbar. And then I had an issue where when I harvested, I think it didn't increase in the hotbar. So let's see if I can fix that, if I can figure out what the bug was. I know in the first video clip that I filmed a few days ago, I mentioned the hotbar bug, but I don't remember what the hotbar bug was. All right, let's see if that's good. Okay, yep, it didn't add it to the hotbar, but it did add it to the inventory, so that's good. We just need to fix the hotbar. So when we add an item to the inventory, if we're doing it this way, it's not going to go into the hotbar. But here it is. So we'll do for I in range 110. If self.player.inventory.slots hotbar string I item. So if there's an item in the hotbar, and then we'll copy this line. And if the item dot name is equal to item, and the item dot item type is equal to the type, then we will, this needs to be if, then we will do self dot, I can paste that same line in again, item dot amount plus equals amount. Okay, I think that's all we need to fix that. Let's plant 2 of each and make sure it works. Okay. Forgot to increase the rain chance again. All right, that should be enough. So we'll harvest the first one of each. Should have 1 carrot, and we'll add it to the hotbar. And 2 strawberries, we'll add those to the hotbar. And now, nope, I broke it. What happened? Inventory item object has no attribute amount. So this doesn't need to be item.amount. This needs to be string I amount and no dot amount. Right? Yep. There we go. That was a silly mistake. I should have caught that. Let's increase the rain chance to 100. That is going to be in game.py, which I'm in. So we'll scroll all the way up to the top. Let's put this down a bit. Self.raining. We'll comment this out. And we'll just say equals true. Okay. Then I think it's 6, maybe even 5 frames for the plants. Oh, but the strawberries take longer to grow, so we'll do 6 days and see if that is enough. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 8. There we go. That looks good. All right, 1 carrot. We'll add it to the hotbar. Oh, I grabbed both of those. So we have 4. Okay, well, let's grab the carrot, adds it to the hotbar, adds it to the inventory. I fixed the bugs. I did it. All right. Still have that bug when we try to exit the farmhouse and run into the wall, but I'm not sure how to. I'd like to draw a rect around the interaction item so I can see where it's actually being placed, because I think it's being placed too wide. Maybe I can just go into the map and edit that actually. Let me try that. Let's open tiles. And we want sim farm. That's the one I'm using, right? Yeah. No, we want farmhouse. Farmhouse is not here. So let's go to file, open file, farmhouse. That's this one, I think. Yep. All right, so let's zoom in a bit. And we want to look at the player level. It's tiny. Why is it giving me the error if it's so... I wonder when I make it, do I do ×2? I bet I do. But I should because the map is smaller. Let's look at farmhouse. Interaction, exit farmhouse. I don't, it's just object.width, object.height. We position it there. But regardless of where it's positioned, it shouldn't be going outside. What if I divide it by 2? Let's try that. I don't know why that would make it better, but we can still exit the farmhouse. Nope, same error. Okay, well, I'm going to work on that eventually, but I have no idea where to even begin, so it's not going to be today. So I think I'll go ahead and end the video there. I fixed the harvest bugs. I fixed the hotbar issue. It's all working as expected, I think. So that's it for today's video. In the next video, I will work on updating the transition to, or updating the overlay rather, to display the day and the time, and updating the transition to say what day we're on when we transition to the next day. Let me go ahead and go back to game.py and change my rain chance back to 70%. And we'll leave it at that. As always, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like or leave a comment if you enjoyed this video or if it helped you at all. And subscribe to my channel to stay updated on my game progress. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.